Hello, this is Ruth. Welcome. And I just had something quick I wanted to show you today. I've been painting large lavender paintings, and today I decided to start doing a smaller version on bookmarks. It's a great thing to get ready for the holidays or art fairs or whatever you have coming up. People that read love bookmarks. And I haven't yet decided, but I was thinking I would punch holes in the bottom, maybe hang some lace off of it or something. But I just wanted to do one for you real quick. So I'm going to start on this piece. I did those three attached and then cut them afterwards. But I just want to do a quick one for you. So I'm using washi tape to hold this down because it's supposed to come up easy afterwards, and it usually does. Usually. We'll see how it goes. And this way I can get a really nice crisp border. I don't do as well with painter's tape. For some reason, I must not seal it well enough because it always finds a way to seep under. Okay, so I have basically I've quit giving numbers because all numbered brushes are not created equal. So I have a skinny brush and a medium brush. This is an 8, but it could be a 6 or a small 10. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out. I have, what is this yellow I like to use? Now I've forgotten the name of it. It is Naples yellow. And I have some over here that some blue got into and kind of started turning it green, but it's very buttery. I love this. And then I threw a little bit over here with some water to get a nice watery version. So I have that. And then I have cobalt blue and this purple. Let's see, can you see that? Do I need to move this down? This purple down here in the corner. This is Winsor Newton's dioxazine. They call it Windsor Violet, but then it says dioxazine. Series, I don't know. Anyway, so we basically have a dark purple and a cobalt blue and Naples yellow. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just kind of haphazardly wet the bottom and drop in some of this buttery Naples yellow. Not too much water. And then I'm going to, I also have this green here, which is a Terra Verde by Winsor Newton. And I think I may have gotten a little Naples yellow in there, I'm not sure. But I'm going to drop a little bit of it down here for some grass and let it do its thing. And then I'm going to dry this because it's easier. Whoops, I wanted to get to the watery one. It's easier to work with paints when they're dry. Okay, I'm going to let it dry. And then I don't always draw, but sometimes maybe just a few lines so that I know where my flowers are going. Let's see. I'm going to move that up here. I always like to turn this however it's comfortable for me, and I'm more comfortable drawing left to right. So I'm going to just put in some, and I apologize, I know that these are really hard to see on the camera. But they're just guidelines for me, and I'll cover them up afterwards with some green stems. I'm going to switch to my little skinny brush, which has no name and no number on it, so I can't even tell you if I wanted to. But we'll leave this guy sit up here across. That's an Artist Loft, number 8. Anyway, I'm going to get my violet or purple out here and get it all loosened up. And then I'm going to go in for a little bit of the cobalt blue. And it just really makes a lovely color. Okay, so making these lavender stalks is pretty easy. Sometimes I will start at the top, and it's really just pouncing a bunch of dots. And so I start at the top and work my way down. And sometimes it's like, oh, I just want to get a visual. How long is this going to be? Yeah, it'll be about there. So the only reason I sometimes don't do that is because I then tend to go too much in a straight line. And you really don't want a straight line, because that's not how they grow. All right, so I'm really just kind of pouncing around, and I will put a second layer when this dries, just to give it multiple shades. And you can kind of just dip into your paint and get multiple shades. So this time I'm going to kind of zigzag that line, so I don't do it quite so straight. And I make them a little bit fatter in the middle, and then kind of close them down a bit towards each end. And they could be bending to one direction with the wind, or they could be fairly straight. So I'm not going to draw big leaves for these, because I have found they look better when you just put a few dotted leaves at the bottoms of the stalks. And I generally don't group flowers in clusters of even numbers. So I might have to add another one just to keep it odd. Maybe I'll add it in down here. And I know I don't have a stalk or a stem drawn for this one, but I will. Let's see. We'll take it to about there, but it needs to be a little fatter. So these others are drying nicely, and maybe I can add a little bit of blue. And this is a palette that I've had many colors in. This color is Cobalt Violet by Blick, and sometimes it's kind of neat just to put these little pinkish violet accents in there. And I think that looks pretty. And sometimes you can just put a few more dots of the same color, or I actually did add some cobalt into this, cobalt blue, so it might be a little darker than it was. And maybe I'll just go ahead and Put a little touch of the, what did I say that was? Cobalt to violet. Kind of a pinkish. And I'm kind of wanting these not to look quite so feathery. So I'm going back with more dots. The dots will make it look rounder. It'll look more like petals instead of feathers. I'm not painting salvia. Although we could do that one day. Alright, let's see. There we go. Before I completely fill it in, I better stop. Alright, I'm going to grab some of this green, which was the Terra Verde. And I'm just going to grab a little bit. And again, I like to go right to left, or excuse me, left to right. So I'm going to start at the end of the flower and just kind of give it a sweeping into the ground motion so that it's really sketchy down there. And let's see, same thing here. That one got a little thick towards the end. And where did my towel go? I'm just going to dab some of that off. I don't really like it that thick. Yeah, I'll try and fix that a little better after it dries. All right. There's that one. And there's that one. Then we have this pesky one with no stem, which will end up going down there. And we can erase that one little pencil line later on. But I do want to add just a few little, it's kind of like dots again for this leafy foliage up near the base of the stalk. These look very much like the ones I do on larger paintings, but it's a very nice size for a bookmark. And I think this has taken care of itself down here. At most, I might drop in a little more yellow, but you know what? We're going to take care of that anyway because I love to splatter. And I'm only going to do it from the stalks on down. So I've got a little bit of blue in there. And whoops. Let's get a little bit of purple. And then some yellow. And that's what this loose one is for. There we go. Nothing to say about the stalks now. And that's what I wanted to show you today, how quick and easy that was. That was less than 15 minutes. We have 14:25 on the clock and it is done. And all we have left to do is peel this off, let it dry, and decide if you want to punch a hole in the bottom or the top. I think either one would work. And when I pull tape off, I go at a 45-degree angle and very slow, which gives me much less chance of the tape grabbing hold of the paper and ripping it. See how nicely that comes off. If it does get too stuck, you could just give it a little bit of low blow dryer to warm up the adhesive. And I think I'm going to let that just dry just the way it is. So thanks for joining and watching today. And if you painted along, that's great too. And if you want to see more of these, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and it'll tell you every time I post something. And if you really liked it, scroll down into the description down there, and you can click the link for my tip jar. Help to keep these things going. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.